never, but never question the engineer's judgment. Got that from a guy, he left it in the office at work. Doggone hunt come to you from the wood shop. It's been a little while since I've been in a wood shop, or at least I've been a little while since I shot a video out here. I did go to the Dead and Company concert Wednesday night. That was a new experience for me. I decided to do that at lunchtime on Wednesday. I got in the car, I bought a ticket lunchtime, got in the car after work and drove up to Noblesville, Indiana, a little over a 2-hour drive by myself, and went up and enjoyed a concert. And it was fun. It was a new experience, another new thing for me in recovery, man, to be able to go do those kind of things and do them and stay sober and to enjoy it, right? Those are the two things I couldn't used to do. If I had to stay sober, I wasn't going to enjoy it. Most of the time I didn't stay sober. So that was cool on Wednesday night. The weekend before that, I had my 5th spiritual underground retreat, all men's retreat down to Cabin. We had 22 guys down there this time. Had some guys tent camping, and let's see, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them were tent camping. Well, one guy stayed in one of them sleeping hammocks, and so that would have put 22, 17 in the big cabin. Nobody slept in the chalet again, man. We got that A-frame over there, and it's just kind of funny. I guess it takes a certain kind of person to want to go over through the woods to the other side of the property and sleep over there. Someday it'll have to happen because we're outgrowing the big cabin, and that is super cool. Fellowship, food. We did some swimming, some fishing. Guys shared meetings. We have a few recovery meetings, and we don't have a time limit like we do when we're in town in meetings, so we can share as long as we want. Everybody, I require everybody to share at the meetings. They are participatory meetings. So that is something else I get to do, man. I'm just shy of 3.5 years sober, and that is my 5th recovery retreat that I hosted and ran. I get help with it, you know. Some dudes, a couple guys, and I was getting ready to say names, brought down some food and cooked up some supper, grilled out chicken, and brought some food to heat up and have. And we were eating like kings. So it ain't just me, and they all thank me for doing it. And yeah, it's my piece of property, and I put it together, but I couldn't do it if it wasn't for them, right? So we're the same old thing, man. This is a we deal. I never could by myself. I never could. I couldn't quit nicotine. I couldn't quit smoking. I couldn't quit drinking. I couldn't quit doping. I couldn't do it. But we seem to be able to. So I got 2 little things here I'll show you. We're going to celebrate some more birthdays at the end of this month. I kind of changed it up. Y'all have probably seen some of my tokens that I make it kind of look like this, and I will carve into them. I've got a little different thing going on. I got a friend that is celebrating 25 years. That's Cherry. 25 years this month, and then I got another buddy who is celebrating 7. That's Cedar. I finished it so you can't smell it anymore. Some people don't like that, but it pops when you finish it, man. It's pretty, isn't it? So got those. Got a whole passel full of 1s too. Got some friends. Got a sponsee celebrating 1 year this month. I believe his date is the 20th, and I believe my other one is celebrating. Should I say names? No, I shouldn't say names. Oh, so one of them is celebrating this month, and another one's celebrating 1 year next month in July. We have three 1-year birthdays this month. A whole bunch of birthdays. It's cool, man. Get to watch people recover. Get to watch the lights come back on in their eyes, man, and they get this deal. Rode home with a guy tonight, and a few weeks ago, I don't know, a month ago, he got 2-month chip tonight. He said when he rode home with me the first time, he said it's all he could do to want to get out of my truck, man. He did not want to hear me talking that recovery stuff, man. I say block and parry, man. Everything I said, man, he had a shield up. Pow, 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 pow. Don't throw none of that recovery at me, man. He was blocking it. And tonight he shared in the meeting about what's been happening with him the last couple months, and you can see the difference in his eyes, man. He's a different dude, and it's just, I can't get over what I get to do. I get to. All right, so this wood shop here, been doing some things. cut down some picture frames. I can do picture frames. But these were just, I cut them down. My uncle does watercolors, and I had 2 of his watercolor paintings that needed frames. And then I had 2 old junky pictures that were in nice frames. And I cut down the picture frames and made my uncle's fit into them. Did that the other day. Anybody wants any picture framed, let me know. I can do that. And I've been making those recovery tokens. Got my birdhouse toolboxes. They're the last couple of them are out in the truck almost. So I'm gonna deliver them tomorrow. They should be gone. Been kind of organizing them around here a little bit more, hanging stuff up. I'm just really not getting too quick. Those are all antique hammers, some drawing knives, some of my marking tools up here. Just get stuff organized. And I keep on going down the basement, man, and I see one more tool, and I say major piece of equipment kind of tool, not a hammer or a screwdriver or anything, right? Because I got this, my bandsaw. Y'all seen it. I got a couple table saws over here. That table saw, this table saw here, joiner, my miter saw, my radial arm saw, my router table, my planer. It's got some stuff on it. My old thickness planer. Belt sander, and it's got a disc sander on the side of it over here too, see? And so I still have one piece of equipment down in the basement to keep on looking up at me every time I go down. He's looking at me, go, hey, it was saying, hey, boy, you gonna leave me down here? Everybody else is gone, and I'm sitting down here by myself. You're gonna take me up here, right? Where did those guys go? What did you do with them? I didn't hurt them, I promise. They're in a really safe spot. So last night I gathered it up, took it down. It was sitting on a great big, like here's my drill presses. This old nice one here, and this is just a little old Harbor Freight one that gets the job done. It was a Dad's little 1-inch strip sander, a couple scroll saws or jigsaws, hand saws. But this one piece of equipment been sitting down there and it's been saying, hey, put me up. And it was sitting on a big deep bench like this, like a 30-inch wide bench from the wall, and taking up a lot of space. And in a shop, anything that's horizontal surface just ends up filling up with stuff, like this over here. But I got a little horizontal surface over here, man, I just pile stuff up on it. It ends up with that or sawdust on it. So my lathe, my grandpa's lathe, my dad's lathe. It's an old Craftsman, 48-inch. And it's been down there on a great big table, taking up too much room, so I compacted it up here. And I had this old shelf here that I really didn't know what to do with, but it ended up making a pretty nice top for that. It's screwed back against the wall, and so it's anchored really good. And then I put together this board here. And this used to be where the motor was way back up against the wall, and that's one of the reasons why the table was so deep, because the motor set back in there. So we reconfigured it here, and I dropped the motor down below. And so one of the things good about it is gravity is keeping the belt tight. It said before it had a spring on it holding the belt tight, and so yeah, man. And it's also this wire wheel on this. You can't believe how handy that is, man. If you got some kind of piece of metal that needs some polishing up, hammer, something's got a little surface rust on it, man, come over here, turn that dude on, man, and polish up something in a hurry, knocks the rust off of stuff. That thing is almost like indispensable, just the wire wheel part of it itself. But I can also put a chuck on the end of here, like if I was going to turn bowls, right? And then of course just your standard lathe parts here with the drive end of it and the tail stock. Where's my wrench? Y'all know how this stuff works, right? I don't know, maybe you don't. But a lathe is a cool tool to have, man. You can turn round stuff. I made duck calls, baseball bats. Even Little League, I had a bat that I actually made. It probably gives the rules now to make your own bat. Cheating. Made a lot of stuff on that lathe over the years. I remember when I was a little kid and it was in Grandpa's shop, most of what I did was just made sawdust, man. It's a sawdust making deal. Next to that planer, there's probably not another thing in here that makes sawdust to the level that does. That was the other thing about the great big table that it was sitting on. All it was a big giant horizontal surface that you just all the shavings and stuff stacked up on. So yeah, man. Last piece. Gets to come up here, hang out with all the rest of the tools. A little piece of pegboard up here where you can put your gouges and stuff for your that you use on the lathe when you're turning stuff. Step closer. Step closer. Man, I get to do this stuff today. I get to. What else have I got? Felt like I had one more thing to talk about. Oh, tomorrow night. No, Thursday night. This is Tuesday. Tuesday night, juice night. We had our meeting. Thursday night, going to see Jordan Peterson at the Louisville Palace. Me and 3 of my buddies, man. And I am jacked up about that too. That guy has just touched my life on how to operate. You know, he says, set your goals, dream big. How do you know if you're not setting goals? How do you know if you're hitting what you're aiming at, right? You have to set some goals, man. This wood shop has got some goals attached to it. Here's another thing I did. I just forgot about that. See that chair over there? That's my aunt's chair. It's an old metal chair. It was her mom's. It was coming apart. I repaired it too, man. Metal was coming apart. Pop riveted it back together. Did a little tightening up and some repair service. So if you need woodworking done or any kind of metal, hell, I'm a pretty good handyman in general. I can fix lots of stuff. Yeah, so dream big, man. This thing is taking shape. I'm getting to do things I couldn't even begin to imagine. Recovery retreats, giving guys their 1-year tokens, watching the lights in their eyes come on, watching their families come back alive because their loved one is back and involved again. Doing tons of yoga, get to participate in my recovery in that level. Damn, I'm having a blast recovering. And you need to, too. If you're not, it's your own damn fault. Doggone Hunt, day 1,259 off the dope and booze. Day 238 off the nicotine. And I'm having a blast recovering with you all. Doggone Hunt, out.